Listen up! We need ideas to make more money!
New design! Ads!
How about what the fans want?
Cities Skylines 2 on console, everybody. Today we're going to be doing another deep dive into everything we know about the release of Cities Skylines 2 for the Series X and PlayStation 5, what you guys think about the whole situation, and then I'm going to show you a way you can actually play Cities Skylines 2 on your console right now. But first, some context. Cities Skylines 2 was released on October 24th, 2023, almost 2 years ago now, and at that time we were promised a version of the game to be released on the Xbox and PS5 along with its PC counterpart. But that hasn't happened yet and has since been indefinitely delayed. Why? I don't know. Maybe the board over at Paradox Interactive is whispering in CEO Frederick Weister's ear, thinking, this won't make us enough money. I talked about why that's not true in my last video on this, but maybe it's Sebastian Schleider, the executive producer for Cities Skylines 2 over at Paradox, with an eye for quality, who's been holding out on us.
Looks like you've been missing a lot of work lately.
I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
Good one.
Maybe this delay is just something completely reasonable that they're trying to get right, and deep down, I'm just projecting. Either way, Deputy CEO Matthias Leida is the man, because he said, quote, "We should probably not launch that early," regarding Cities Skylines 2, and he was right. Alright, now that you know what we're dealing with, let's go ahead and discuss what you guys have been feeling. A few weeks ago, I released a poll asking how are my fellow console players feeling about the Cities Skylines 2 wait, and over 330 of you responded, which blew my mind. Thank you guys for participating. The options were waiting, good games take time, frustrated but still hyped, I just need some news, and mostly playing Cities Skylines 1 until it drops. Surprisingly, a whopping 69% of you said waiting because good games take time. And this is pretty good news for Paradox Interactive because it shows that the sentiment towards the delay in the community is still relatively lenient and understanding. Pair that up with the 13% of you that said mostly playing Cities Skylines 1 until it drops, it seems like most people aren't necessarily pleased with the situation, but tolerable for now. But things took a turn when we take a look over at the comment section. GoGoZilla22 said, "I probably won't play it anymore because I'm not hyped and it's been too long." Nawaf points out a clear, possible variable that could be skewing the results. He said, "This poll makes no sense. How can the majority be okay with this waiting? The game was out for 2 years now and we still don't have access to it. No, I'm extremely frustrated. I bet most of the voters are PC gamers, not console." And when we look at the comment section from my last video on the matter, we see that people are still feeling left out from the community that they were once embraced by. I just put out a new poll on my community tab, which you can go check out after this video. And my community tab is actually opening up to all of you to post your own thoughts and pictures, so go ahead and check that out. Who needs a Discord when we've got the entire YouTube community tab? Okay, let's get into the most recent news. Another major delay. The developers Colossal Order have confirmed that the console versions will not be released before summer of 2025 at the absolute earliest. This pushes the release to more than 18 months after it was originally supposed to launch. That means we're now hoping for a fall 2025 release, and given the recent track record, that's not even that likely. So why the endless waiting? The core of the problem is purely technical. The game is struggling to run properly on console hardware. Cities Skylines 2 was built with an incredibly deep simulation that tracks for every single citizen individually. This is extremely demanding on a computer's main processor, the CPU. While high-end PCs can power through these calculations, the fixed hardwares in the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are currently having a much harder time, leading to major performance and stability problems. The developers have been very candid about this, stating that they have not yet met the level of quality or the stability and performance targets they've set for the console release. A key indicator of the problem is their inability to produce a release candidate, a stable version of the game that can be submitted to Sony and Microsoft for certification. Without that, they can't even begin the process of getting the games onto the console stores. The situation was made worse by the game's own troubled history. The PC version launched with significant performance issues, and the developers have been working to fix it ever since. And then, the disastrous release of the game's first paid DLC, Beach Properties. This caused major community backlash. The developers were actually forced to apologize and make the DLC free, and delay all future paid content to focus entirely on fixing the base game. This necessary work on the PC version has inevitably diverted resources and time away from the already challenging console port. Ultimately, I hold out hope. If we take a look at the difference in time between the release of Cities Skylines 1 and Cities Skylines 1 console editions, it's exactly 2 years and 11 days, giving Paradox Interactive approximately 116 days and counting if they want to recreate the sacred timeline. If we don't get a console version by November 4th, 2025, then I'm gonna be pretty disappointed. But here's a quick word from me, Tio, to cheer you guys up.
Hey amigos, ¿qué tal? Un abrazo. Subscribe.
Anyway, let's move on to how you can play Cities Skylines 2 on your console right now. Let's see if it works. So first, you're going to go to your Edge browser on Xbox or whatever browser you PlayStation users use, and you're going to look up NVIDIA GeForce Now. If you're unfamiliar with NVIDIA GeForce Now, it's a cloud gaming service from the great NVIDIA that allows you to play PC games on any of your devices through the cloud. I actually just made a video where I was able to play Cities Skylines 2 on a Chromebook, so hopefully we can use our console. And if you're wondering why the quality is so bad, that's because the browser automatically sets itself to 720p, but I'll show you how to change that in the future. Okay, I'm signed in, and then you're going to want to press the menu button on your controller and hit play as controller. This should allow you to use the console settings, and because Cities Skylines 2 and NVIDIA GeForce Now both have controller ports, then things should start to work seamlessly. And boom, just like that, we're in. You could be playing Cities Skylines 2 on your console this whole time. And of course, there are some stipulations, like you have to own the game or have Xbox Game Pass. You can only play for an hour with the free tier, and your gameplay varies based on your internet connection. But this is still amazing because it brings Cities Skylines 2 over to all console players. So if you just can't wait anymore to play, we now have some proof of concept. Obviously there are some settings to change, but I'm going to make a whole tutorial on this method of play, going through each step along with some tips and tricks for smoother, higher quality gameplay. So subscribe if that's something you want to see, and then I'm going to make a video on how you guys can play Cities Skylines 2 on your PC with the controller, something you just got a glimpse of right there. Now you can watch both of them here and here once they're out. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments and bring your ideas over to the community tab. I'll see you over there, and good night.